Oh, yeah.
So I got really curious about who was the loudest band in the world, and I had to look it up.
Okay.
This is completely off the subject of Nikolai Tesla.
Yeah.
So I'm going to tell everybody in the chat. It is
Is it
past
Deep
3
Purple?
a.m. Normally, I would be ending the show here, but I'm going to keep going because we're still
This
talking.
is a bonus.
I'm going to vote Deep Purple.
The Who, wasn't it? The Who?
Deep Purple held the record and was recognized by the Guinness Book of World Records in 1972 when their theater sound reached 117 decibels. 3 of their audience members were rendered unconscious. The Who,
What?
Space Trucking.
Damn.
Holy shit!
the Who
Wow,
was
if that was a
listed
good time
at,
or not.
as record holder in 76 at 126 decibels.
Damn.
The distance
Wow.
was 105 feet from the speakers at a concert in the Valley in London on 31st May 1976.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know it's going to go up. Come on, we got metal bands after this.
Yeah.
In
No kidding.
1984
And the
and
tech.
1994, American heavy metal band Man of War claimed the title loudest
Oh.
band in the world, citing a measurement of 129.5 decibels.
Fuck.
Man, War's pretty badass.
Mm-hmm.
Guinness does not recognize the 94 claim, but they do recognize the 84 claim.
What was the 94 claim?
In 94, Man of War said that they broke a sound barrier, their loudest sound again.
Uh-huh.
But Guinness does not recognize Man of War's later claim because it no longer includes the category of loudest band because it doesn't want to encourage hearing damage.
No, it's SJW NPC
asshole.
bullshit.
Oh, God.
Fuck Guinness. Just
You know.
fuck them.
In 1986, Spin Magazine published an article about Motorhead being the loudest band on earth
Fucking love them.
because they reached a decibel level of 130,
Holy hell.
10 decibels louder than the record set by The Who.
You know what? They were born to raise hell.
They were.
Rest in peace, Lenny.
Hell yeah.
Mhm.
Pioneering English house electronica band Left Field became known for its volume of its live shows on tour. In June 96, the group was playing at Brixton Academy. The sound caused dust and plaster to fall from the roof. The sound volume was 137 decibels.
Wow. Fucking A. That's impressive.
Building starts falling apart.
Yeah. Well,
my
theoretically, yeah.
Yeah.
Potentially.
I think I remember seeing the video for that one. That was
Dang.
like an old brick building that started collapsing because of that, right?
I will give some friendly advice to the chat. When you invest in subwoofers, do not do what they do in these large concerts and think that more is better, because at a point it's all gonna hit each other and knock themselves out of phase. Just get yourself a couple of subcabs, put one on each side, you're done. And then with the whole line array systems, again, that's a whole marketing ploy. More is more money, and nothing beats. I mean, there hasn't been any technology that's gone outside of the trapezoidal cab in decades. So that's just one trapezoidal cabinet on top of another. So yeah, you could do a line array, but you know, a central cluster or a cluster on each side would be fine as well. So just remember, before someone wants to take you for a ride and make you spend 20, 30, 40 grand on something, you know, just think smart. Think smart. How big's the room? What's your you know, how many people are going to sit there, and what you're going to need. And always run your amplifiers at 100% to give them 100% capacity of capability. And that way you have a lot of headroom and you're not going to burn out your equipment so fast.
So basically, if I'm playing with a guitar and amplifier, I should turn down my volume through my guitar and put the volume on the amplifier up all the way?
No, well, you turn, well, no, not for guitar.
Because I would say that'd be loud as hell.
Not for guitar, especially because most pickups are passive. Now I'm talking about for general PA and sound equipment.
All right.
Yeah, But for distortion, turn your gain up and turn your volume down a little bit, and you get a nice, really crunchy sound.
Yeah, what's weird is like my amplifier, it's a JCM 900 50-watt combo amp from the 80s, and I think it's from 86. But like if you go between 1 and 4 on the volume, don't sound right. If you put it like 5 or 6, then the amp sounds right.
Right.
Why is that?
Well, because you're not because again, almost like the same principle of the PA system, you're not using that your rig to the best capability. When you have your volume a little bit on the low side, it's not gonna get that fat sound coming through your cabs that you want.
So then how come it doesn't go up to like 11 to compensate? That one higher.
11.
This one louder, isn't it?
Yeah. See this one? This one's not to be played. No, don't even look at it.
Why not make 10 louder? It goes
What
up
is
to
it?
11.
I find that D minor is the saddest of all the keys. It's
What
a
do they-
beautiful
What
melody
do they
that
do
I've been
with
working on.
Bose? What do they do with Bose? Why does Bose have such a rich sound to it?
Well, Bose is just straight full range. There's not much crossovers in them. I mean, are you talking about the home stereo system, or are you talking about the PA
Yeah.
systems?
The home stereo systems. Why do they just sound so rich? I mean, I
Well,
have one, but the damn
what they do,
plug
they
it
don't they don't have them go so high as far as the high end, the high
No,
frequency.
they don't.
And
No, they don't. But
that's one reason behind it, because they realize that, hey, we're not going to rip people's heads off with the tweeters, so let's get a nice rich sound. And at the time, a lot of people, when they got the Bose, they were listening to bands like Chicago and those nice rich horn sounding bands, or Blood, Sweat and Tears.
You're talking
So-
about dynamic ranges now.
Yeah, dynamic
But I mean-
ranges. I'm not talking about
but it-
volume.
But it would carry. It carried far too. I need.
Oh,
matter of
yeah.
fact, I need to
Oh yeah, of
fix
course
mine.
of course it will.
The part
Yeah.
where you plug it in. The part where you plug it in is screwed up. Oddly enough, I won't recognize my where you plug it in.
What do you mean?
Where you plug it in.
Like the input?
The input. Yeah.
Like what do you mean it won't recognize the input?
It just quit working. It's
Oh,
like
quit
something
working.
got-
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, equipment
I
does
just
that.
don't know where to take it. I have
Um,
no clue where to take it.
I mean, is that, does the rest of it still work? Does the radio still work and everything else? Okay.
Yeah, just like I said, I'd have to jiggle the cord around, jiggle it around, and
is
finally
it
it's completely
eighth inch connector? If it's an 1/8 inch connector, you can just replace the connector. And just
You're talking about the cord itself. I think
cord?
it's inside because
yeah,
it's not the
you
wire.
just-
It's
yeah.
not the wire. It's the housing where it sits in.
Yeah, I mean, you could open that up and just kind of see where the chassis is loose on it. But if it's going into a circuit board, there's really
I don't know.
there's really no hope for it then.
Oh shit!
Hey,
I love that radio too.
Isaiah was
see
talking about the
where-
earthquake machine again. Close to the building's frequency, didn't Tesla make an earthquake machine in New York?